Hi, I'm going to tell you why debt consolidation loans don't work. What? Hi, I'm Beth Blanco. I'm a certified financial counselor and a money mindset coach. I've been helping people for over 14 years get their stuff together with their money. I'm also an author and a speaker and an empower, but what I'm here to talk to you about today is your money. So let's talk about why debt consolidation loans don't work. It's like a favorite way of resolving credit card debt, right? But in actuality, 4 out of 5 people build new credit card debt after a loan consolidation. 4 out of 5. And when people call me about paying off credit cards, most times, probably about the same percent, about 80% of the people have an old consolidation loan that is not paid off yet. For some reason, the magic number is they owe around $4,000 on it. I don't know why. It's just the trend that I see. And they've gotten balances back up between $15,000 and $20,000. And even though the last debt consolidation loan didn't solve the problem, they think this is the magic one that will. So then what do you do to solve the problem, right? Well, the first thing is you've got to roll up your sleeves and pay it off yourself. Oh, that's not a very fun answer, is it? No. You need to sit down on paper or Excel, whatever you like to use, and look at your overall income versus expenses. What is left after you pay your basic expenses, your housing, food, gas, insurances, and maybe your car payment and things like that, and any other debt, non-credit card debt. What is left over? And is it enough to dig yourself out? If not, then you need to increase income, because there's only 3 ways to solve a financial problem. One, it's increasing income. 2, it's decreasing expenses. Or 3, it's a combination of both of them. And that's really it. I know it's not fun. There's really not a lot of solutions, but basically that's your option. So one of my favorite ways, though, is called a debt snowball, or you might have heard of it as a debt stacking. And when one debt is paid off, you apply that money towards somebody else. So, for example, let's say you had a credit card that had a $300 balance and you were paying $30 a month. And once that was paid off, you apply that $30 to the next debt, either the lowest balance or highest interest rate. Either one is fine. Highest interest rate saves you the most money, but sometimes you get really fired up when you see small little ones go away. So you totally choose. There is a great free website called powerpay.org, and it used to be a paid software. It's totally free. Just create a username and password. Type in all your debts, their interest rates, and how much you plan to pay, and hit the Power Pay button, and it will create your debt stacking program for you. It also helps you to create an emergency fund, because that's the next thing we're going to talk about, and a calendar. Not only that, but it shows you how much time and money you'll save. And as long as you just follow that along, you're going to be out of debt in that period of time. So at the same time as digging out of debt, you have got to start saving and setting aside for the things that have caused you to use your credit cards. So, for example, having money in a savings account for when you need tires instead of putting it on a tire credit card. And I know you might tell me, well, Beth, I got 6 months savings cash. Do you know how many people actually pay it off in that 6 month time and pay no interest? And if you're a person that does that, great. I don't want to tell you to do anything differently. Go ahead and utilize that service. But if you do not pay off the debts in that 0% promo interest rate period, they add all the interest back from day one. So the credit cards, they make a safe bet that most people are not going to pay them off, and they're going to be able to charge that interest. That is my absolutely favorite way, is the debt snowball or debt stacking and building up an emergency fund. The other good way, acceptable way, is a nonprofit debt management company that you can find through NFCC, the National Foundation for Credit Counseling. And how this program works is they have a long time relationship with credit card companies. They've been around since the 1960s. And if you enter into their program, the creditors will come down in interest. On average, it's around an 6 to 8% interest. Some could be as low as 0. Some might be at 9.99. The program can tell you which creditors will work with you. Credit unions won't lower their interest rate for these programs. They won't lower interest rate for anybody. So you can't include credit union Visas or MasterCards. And they don't work with loans, because those are a contract that you sign that have a beginning date and an ending date. Now, you can renegotiate a loan with somebody, but you can't put them in this nonprofit debt program. But it's a 3 to 5 year plan to become 100% debt free. And just be aware that any card you put in there gets closed, not by the program, but by the original creditor. So if you put a Capital One card in there, Capital One will close down the card. I want you to, if your main goal is to get out of debt, I don't want you to worry about that and stress over that. Put your blinders on and don't worry about it. Your credit score is really a lender's tool. And it's going to go up and down throughout your lifetime depending on how well you pay or how much you owe versus your limits and different things like that. But if your main goal is getting out of debt, then don't worry about the closing of your cards. These guys they don't have long-term memory. The same people that you put in the program and have reduced interest will turn around and start sending you credit card offers again in the future, which I recommend opting out of, by the way. I believe that to be financially secure for the rest of your life, that you need to have a working budget. You need to set aside your funds. You have to have a positive mindset around your money. And that if you do these things, you will never have a financial problem again in your life. Now, I have a great free budget form. It's down below. There's a link. And I also have an amazing program called Money Freedom, where I walk you through complete steps of digging into your money story, where it came from, what's holding you back, getting rid of it and rewriting it, and then every step to building your financial freedom. A budget, beginning to save, a plan for your debt, improving credit, and then building wealth. I'll leave the link to that below as well. It has been a pure pleasure, you guys. I am so happy to be your host. Please hit like and subscribe to my channel. I'm going to be on here weekly to give you guys short tips, short videos on how you can get your stuff together with your money. Thank you.